Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Today I will read. Today I will read a true story of Dhammapada in the Dhammapada book. The first story is the story of Patipujika Kumari, and the second story is the story of Kosiya, the miserly rich man. Only two stories today. The story of Patipujika Kumari. While residing at the Jetavana monastery, the Buddha uttered verse 48 of this book with reference to Patipujika Kumari. Patipujika Kumari was a lady from Savatthi. She married at the age of 16 and had four sons. She was a virtuous as well as a generous lady who loved to make offerings of food and other delicacies to the bhikkhu. She would often go to the monastery and clean up the premises, fill the pots and jars with water, and perform other services. Patipujika also possessed Jadisha knowledge through which she remembered that in her previous existence she was one of the numerous wives of Malavari in the devout water Tawadesa. She also remembered that she had passed away from there when all of them were out in the garden enjoying themselves, plucking and picking flowers. So every time she made offerings to the bhikkhus or performed any other meritorious act, she would pray that she might be reborn in the Taoist realm as the wife of Malabari, her previous husband. One day, Patipujika fell ill and passed away that same evening. As she had so urgently wished, she was reborn in Taoda's Deva world as a wife of Balabari. As 100 years in the human world is equivalent to just one day in Taoda's world. Balabari and his other wives were still in the garden enjoying themselves, and Patipujika was barely missed by them. So when she rejoined them, Malabari asked her where she had been the whole morning. She then told him about her passing away from Tawadesa, her rebirth in the human world, her marriage to a man, and also about how she had given birth to four sons. Her passing away from there, and finally her reborn to Tawadesa. When the bhikkhus learned about the death of Patipujika, they were stricken with grief. They went to the Buddha and reported that Patipujika, who was offering ants food to them early in the morning, had passed away in the evening. To them, the Buddha replied that the life of beings was very brief, and that therefore, they would, before they could hardly be satiated in their sensual pleasures, they were overpowered by death. Then the Buddha spoke in verse as follows: like one who picks and chooses flowers, a man who has his mind attached to sensual pleasures and is insatiate in them is overpowered by death. This second story, the story of Kosiya, the miserly rich man. While reciting at the Jetavana monastery, the Buddha uttered verse 49 of this book with reference to the chief disciple Mahamagala. Sagara, near Rajagaha, there lived a miserly rich man by the name of Kosiya, who was very reluctant to give away even the tiniest part of anything belonging to him. One day, to avoid sharing with others, the rich man and his wife were making some pancakes in the uppermost story of their house, where no one could see them. Early in the morning on that day, the Buddha, through his supernormal power, saw the rich man and his wife in his vision and knew that both of them would soon attain suitable fruition. So he sent his chief disciple Mahamoggallana to the house of the rich man with instruction to bring the carpet to the Jedavana monastery in time for the midday meal. Jedavana, the chief disciple, by supernormal power, reached Kosiya's house in an instant, saw him, and asked him to leave. The venerable Mahamoggallana just stood there without saying anything. In the end, Kosiya said to his wife, "Make a very small pancake and give it to the bhikkhu." So she took just a little amount of dough and put it in the pan, and the cake filled the whole pan. Kosiya thought his wife must have put in too much, so he took just a pinch of dough and put it into the pan. His pancake was also swelled into a big one. It so happened that however little dough they might put in, they were unable to make small pancakes. At least, Kosiya asked his wife to offer one from the basket to the bhikkhu. When she tried to take out one from the basket, it and cannot be separated. By this time, Kosiya had lost all appetite for pancakes and offered the whole basket of pancakes to Mahamoggallana. The chief disciple then delivered a discourse on charity to the rich man and his wife. He also told the couple about how the Buddha was waiting with the 500 bhikkhus at the Jedavana monastery in Saudi, 45 yojanas away from the Rajagaha. Mahamoggallana, by his supernormal power, then took both Kosiya and his wife together with their basket of pancakes to the presence of the Buddha. There, they offered the pancakes to the Buddha and the 500 bhikkhus. At the end of the meal, the Buddha delivered a discourse on charity, and both Kosiya and his wife attained suitable fruition. Next evening, while the bhikkhus were talking, and you will use this Dhamma knowledge, wisdom of the Dhamma to improve your Dhamma wisdom. Thank you all.